Yo, what's up guys? It's ChadDrawsThings here. I just wanted to talk to you guys really quick about what's going on within the Dragon Ball FighterZ community. So over the weekend at the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour event in Japan, there was like a special showcase for DBFZ. And for how hyped up the event seemed to be, it's pretty understandable for people to set their expectations pretty high. They had a cool little team exhibition with players from the national championship last year. They were selling a bunch of merch. They had a bunch of different translators and whatnot, and really cool events going on throughout the whole day. It was run a bit weird, but it was a fun thing for them to try out. So for Dragon Ball FighterZ, they showed off the big boy, you know, Gogeta. So Apology Man, Damascus, Tyrant, they did like a super cool, fantastic overview of the character, dived into the nuances of the character's unique traits. In fact, there was like a whole ass combo exhibit for the character, and overall he just looks super interesting and has like a lot of cool tools. And there was even like a quick glance at some like small but some much needed balance adjustments for the game, specifically Ultra Instinct. But this is where things started to get tough. And you might be asking, yo, if they showed off a new character, like why is everybody so sad on Twitter? Like what's going on here? And to like help people understand the problem, we kind of have to look back to last month. So Arc System Works held an open beta for Guilty Gear Strive featuring the newly developed rollback netcode that they did internally. And this new netcode was so good that for the first time in like a modern ArcSys fighting game, like people were finally able to like play against each other worldwide. And personally, it was like the best netcode I'd ever experienced in a fighting game. And compare that to like DBFZ, which, you know, it released like 3 years ago, and it just suffers from like aggressively mediocre delay based netcode. And like hell, you can like barely play people on the same coast without like resorting to like some external service like Parsec or whatever. And so to like fast forward a bit, on March 4th, ArcSys made like a really vague statement regarding the possibility of rollback in other games. And naturally, this got people super anxious since the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour event was going to be like happening over the weekend, you know? So when the event finally rolled around, like fans were like greeted with a vague air of completion around the game. And the event really gave off the vibe that like after Gogeta's release, like Bamco and ArcSys would be like finishing like the title, like they're done with supporting it with new content. And you know, Gogeta was the final DLC character for season 3, and he's even like placed in the center of the character select screen. And there was like a whole new intro cinematic featuring like all the previously released DLC, and there was like no hint at like a season 4 or anything. So when the Dragon Ball FighterZ producer, Hiroki Tomoko, she finally took the stage, she came up and everybody was hyped up in the chat, and she politely thanked the DBFZ community, and that was it. No rollback, no season 4, no world tournament, no national championship, no Super Dragon Ball FighterZ GT Game of the Year edition or anything like that. And so like needless to say, it kind of like left competitor players kind of like burnt out. Were expectations set maybe a little too high? Yeah, maybe, you know, I get it. But like honestly, I can't really blame anybody for thinking that. Like, you know, this is Dragon Ball. Everybody loves this game, and people want to play the game, you know? So with the pandemic still being like a global issue and the netcode for Dragon Ball like still being kind of ass, it's completely understandable for like a large amount of the community to set their sights for like other fighting games, specifically ones with rollback. And so with a majority of people looking to start playing Guilty Gear Strive when it comes out in the summer, it kind of leaves the Dragon Ball community in a weird spot. So hopefully that puts things in perspective for everybody confused. A lot of community members are saying, hey, I'm done with Dragon Ball, I'm retiring, I quit, I had a good run, I'm moving on to a different game. Like if they're not going to fix this game, it's netcode, and there are no tournaments happening, like I'm through. Thank you for your support. And that's totally understandable. I can't blame anybody for it. So who knows, maybe an announcement for Dragon Ball FighterZ 2 will happen sometime down the line. Who knows? The ball is kind of in Bandai's court, and so it's really up to them to figure out like what are they gonna do, you know, with this game. I mean, honestly, worst comes to worst, if you love Dragon Ball FighterZ, you should just continue to play Dragon Ball FighterZ. You've lasted this long with the netcode being this bad. It's not like the pandemic is gonna last forever. And so someday, you know, at some point in the year 2025, you know, events will return, who knows, and you know, you'll be able to get back to entering tournaments for the game, and you know, there'll be new people who are good at, you know, this stuff. People will always be finding tech, and you know, the community is going to survive in one way or another. After all, I mean, it's a Dragon Ball game. It will survive off the IP alone. You know, look at how many people, random dudes in Facebook groups, they don't even know what the hell rollback is. If the game is good enough for them. So if you feel one way or another about the future of the game, let me know in the comments. And if you like this kind of content, I mean, feel free to subscribe. I would super appreciate it. But yeah, with that, I will catch you guys next time. Thank you. This is $300 of just me pressing.
We had the same stick!